Hi, hello, welcome, and welcome back. So I'm mustering up the courage before I go and take a bath into the sea because it's calling me. Like, the weather today is literally perfect, but it's also cold as fuck. So I figured too that it would be better to activate myself first, and like, why not? Because this will make my immersion more intentional. So, a little bit of blah blah blah. And now let me just introduce the reading video with the channel message for group number 4. What in the astral realm is happening between the two of you? Okay. So how do I explain this? You want to leave this person, but you can't leave them all at once. For some reason, there are some sides of them, some aspects of their behavior, personality, pattern, whatever you might resonate with, that makes it obvious to you that a separation is needed. And you also know that this person feels very entitled to your time and energy. I'm getting that this person feels like they are doing you a favor, and it's the other way around. You're helping this person way more than what this person is helping you. And it might even have started out as something that was working out on the astral realm, on the spiritual plane. There was a lot of like a lot of synchronicity, but I'm saying that the connection was aligned for a bit, and sorry. And then what I was trying to say is that everything was balanced, and then on the astral plane you were helping this person way more than what they were helping you with, and then the scale became out imbalanced because you started doing on the physical plane more than what they were doing for you. And this person thought that they were still owed the extra on the spiritual plane. Like, this person is convinced that there's some sort of pact between the two of you, that you kind of have to drag them along with you. And then we have to take a risk. And I feel like what's risky here in this situation is withdrawing your energy completely from this person, to let them know that whenever you need to choose whether you want to spend quality time doing literally anything else and them, you will choose literally anything else, because their energy towards you is an energy of animosity. And it doesn't matter if this only came out at a certain point in time, because you don't owe anybody to stay sick and ill because they cannot cope with the idea of dealing with people of a certain level. This person can only have can only open up to people that they consider as less than, Let's say that this person does therapy. If they see that their therapist is someone that either has more status or more integrity, more morals, has a better energy than them, they will only approach that therapy or that person on a superficial level. They will front, even in therapy. And then this type of fucked up person who will um, unleash their burdens onto people who do the dirty work for them. So let's say that you clean the house of this person, or you watch this person's kids, and you already have quite a lot of burdens on your plate, and this person feels regenerated whenever you talk to them. Perhaps you are just doing that because it's an in the meantime situation for you, and you have this natural talent, you have this capacity for abstraction, you have this capacity for problem solving that actually it does not just solve the problem, you make the situation better. And you do that easily, and then life happened to you, and now you have to deal with this person because of XYZ reasons. And this person found out that you were better than what they expected at receiving their burdens, and they just think that it's okay, and it's just not your job. Even and it's funny because you might want to do this as a job, but since this person is not paying you and they're just adding burdens to your plate when it comes to the practicalities of the relationships, excuse me, but at some point I need to consider numbers. At least I need to at least consider numbers. The situation feels contradictory. You feel like this person is not balanced. You feel like the connection is off. You feel like this person is getting offended because you are moving on, and it's like, I'm not even supposed to be waiting. I'm not even supposed to have an inner battle when it comes to making this choice, because you're making the choice obvious. Did anyone ever stay on those conditions? I don't think so. You're making me feel unsafe in your presence. I am not going to chase your presence. You're not even providing the basics for me. I'm going to I'm going to go and find somewhere else that actually provides. You're going to be destructive because of it. You will get karma because you're not right. Your mind is telling you that you cannot live without another person. But that other person is not your mom, and you're not a baby. So, no. And it does feel uncomfortable because this person has some sort of leverage in the situation, but it's like, you know what? I'm going to drop the ball. If you want to be seen and act towards me as this thief, it's on you. It's on you, because I am not behind the scenes in your life forcing you to make decisions that are not convenient, forcing you to be abusive towards me, forcing you to see obligations where there aren't, and forcing you to be insecure as fuck when it comes to yourself. This person's wish fulfillment is not happening. This person might even receive spiritual attacks on the side, and they're so focused on trying to trap you that they're not even seeing coming. This person is just laying down, just chilling and thinking about their next move to be nasty and stinky towards you, and there is someone else barging into the situation who still has beef with this person and is not done. This person has a lot to worry about, and for some reason they think that they can afford being nasty with you because of absolutely no reasons. And it might take a while for you to extract yourself from the situation, because you were seeing some sort of progression, but at the same time you cannot. cannot. You cannot. If the other person doesn't have boundaries, you must have boundaries. That is the only way. Like, your wish fulfillment can be at stake if you don't put boundaries around yourself. And I had to be low-key rude just the other day because there was someone who was personally involved in a situation that has to do with my personal and day-to-day life. And I told them that when I did an energetic scan of the situation, I saw that there were some very important and dense dark blockages. But that was just conversation. That person almost tried to force me to tell her how the situation can be resolved. And don't get me wrong, I received the story of this person, and I do understand why they had such strong feelings towards the situation. At the same time, the type of intervention that they were trying to force out of me is not the easy type. Like if I do that, if I take that, if I accept that role, if I take that position, big changes are going to happen. So I need to sit down with everybody. Everybody has to sign something. Everybody has to be aware, first and foremost, that working with energy goes a little bit beyond lighting up an incense and making sure that everybody's relaxed. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to explain this to you in 5 minutes because you're not in a position to request these services out of me. You're not in a position to respect it because you're being rude as fuck. And excuse me, no, I'm just going to continue on my phone and do my own stuff. If you have the patience to ask about it respectfully, I could deliver this type of explanation. But, you know, the other person incapacity to see that what they are requesting is out of the ordinary, but it's also dangerous in a sense, is not an excuse for you to endanger the both of you. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, if this person has karma that is overdue for them, and at the same time they feel like it's okay for them to reap a little bit more of that, and you're like, you know what, if you have that type of appraisal of your situation, you do whatever with your resources and your finances, but not with mine. So I am going to pay a little bit, probably not as much as you will, if I am not serious and firm with my own gifts. And not only that, you will get spanked harshly if you are not serious with my gifts. So, okay, you don't want to take that seriously about yourself. I'm going to take it seriously about myself. And if you can't respect that, then you're an enemy. And you must just stop talking to me about this stuff because you cannot handle that. So thank you for tuning in. Group number 4. This reading was wild. I hope this gave you clarity. I'm just trying to see if there is anything else that comes up. Yeah, there was an element that I forgot to mention in that directly answers to the question what in the astral realm is happening between the two of you. What's happening is that for a bit on the outside, it would look like everything is fine, everything is perfect, but this is just self-protection for you. Like, you know that this person cannot handle the truth, so it's like you're just going to wear a convenient smile and just leave, you know. All of a sudden I'm seeing like a client, or you might work in a bar, and like I'm seeing someone doing some sort of indecent propositions to you, and like over and over, and at some point you are not even going to try and be polite about it. Like, I've explained to you that this is against the rule. I might lose everything. I get that you don't care, but if you don't care about that, to be fair, I also don't care to leave you on read or leave you sitting alone in the dark and having to explain yourself to security, because you did that at the same time. Like, you might not I don't know why I'm getting don't call the cops on this person. I'm truly getting a very specific scenario where you might work in at a nightclub and you tell the security person to not call the cops on this person, to just get them out of the premises. I don't know why you know that it's better to not call the cops on this person, because they would just make it big. But if you manage to get them out of a certain environment, then the problem is solved, in a sense. I don't know, this was very specific. I was plunged into another reality all of a sudden. But basically, it's like, this is a romantic situation. I don't really see that, but just in case. It's like when they say that when women who used to be extremely in love with a partner finally leave, actually they had left the situation months before. Like, emotionally they had checked out, and then there are just the little nitty-gritty details that has to be adjusted, but from an emotional point of view, you don't feel any type of obligations towards this person any longer. And even though on the physical plane the two of you are still connected, on the astral realm you are healing. On the astral realm, you are going back to every interaction and giving yourself the validation as for why this person was nasty and you just did not deserve it, because you were just having fun. You were indulging in this connection, you were watching this connection flourish, but the thing is that you flourished a little bit too much for this person to take it. Perhaps you were just going through a rough couple weeks and they were like, okay, another weak person that I can just use as audience, even though I know that I'm nothing. And you were like, no, you got me wrong. I just needed to sleep a little bit and get my ideas together, and I'm more than fine. But your idea of being neutrally okay is too much for this person. Like, no, how dare you be more happy and content than me? Same old, same old. If you're new to the channel, you might want to take a tour around. If you're not new to the channel, same old, same old. Take care of yourself. Bye.